Today we're going to be editing this picture of my friend's car. Picture we're taking in golden hour with Canon EOS R and Canon 85 1.4 Mark II. What we're gonna start with is crop the picture. So we want to center the car somewhere in the middle. We're not gonna follow any grid like Instagram or something. This is just going to be the one that is pleasing to the eye. So we want some background and we want some foreground in this picture, and then we're gonna level it up. Shall we just follow this line of the car? There we go. Okay, click enter and it's okay. All right, so we start with a basic panel with exposure. We might increase this a little bit, so yeah, maybe there. Increasing the exposure obviously will reduce the contrast. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna increase the contrast just a little bit, and then we check the highlights. We got quite a lot of data to work with, so I'm going to increase this a little bit. And then shadows we're gonna drop down a little bit, and then whites we're probably gonna lift it up just a touch. Blacks, drop it down, and then it still looks a bit too dark to me, so exposure a bit more, and then I might increase the warm tones in the picture just a bit, and that looks okay. Now texture, drop it down. Clarity, drop it down. Dehaze, we don't need to touch that. Then we increase the vibrance around 20, 21, and drop the saturation. Okay, we go to the tone curve now. We might want to increase the blacks by a bit. Then shadows, we're going for the S curve, so that's the one. That's a bit too much. We're gonna make two dots. Leave the blacks a bit, so we'll have some data to work with. So basic adjustments are very little. It's not nothing dramatic. Next we can work with color mixer. So we start with saturation. We do not have any magenta in the picture. We do not have any purples. We will have some blues, especially in the car. If I increase, you can have a look yourself. The car becomes blue. So we don't want that because the car is white. We can decrease the blues. Aquas, same. We're gonna increase that. Then greens. We will have some greens, but not that much. So we'll leave it maybe minus 33. Yellow. Yellow is the most prominent color in this picture. So we might increase this a little bit, and then we change the hue later. Orange. There is quite a lot of orange. Orange, we are going to increase this a little bit as well. And red, we have in the lights a bit. Okay, we can leave it there. Now we're going to hue panel. We're going to move yellows a bit. If we move it to the right, obviously that's going to be very green. and then more orange to the left. So we want to have a bit of green color, but not too much. And then greens we can decrease a bit. And orange we're going to decrease as well. Red we can leave it on -16. And color grading, we can start with shadows. So we're going for warm tones. Same with highlights. So as we want to achieve this like orange golden hour tones, we going for warm tones as well, just a bit, not too much. And then blending we're going for a 70. Balance we leave it as it was. Okay. Sharpening, holding Alt on Windows and moving the slider, we will sharpen this a bit just on the edges. Okay. Denoise we can skip that. Lens correction and chromatic aberration is on. Transform we're not going to do that. Lens blur as well, we're gonna skip that. Effects, vignetting, we can achieve that later with masking. Calibration, tint with shadows, we're going to leave it +7, probably. Maybe -4 will do the job. So what we want to achieve is to not have all of those colors, not have them so strong, and we want car to be the main subject. So we can increase that to 21, and that's it from the calibration. We can adjust a bit this temperature. Okay, now the most important part is masking, obviously. So select the subject. We can increase the exposure, add some contrast, drop the blacks, lift the shadows a bit. Highlights, we're going to leave it this way, and then create radial filter. Have this and lift that one, exposure on this filter, then add some warm color. We're going to create one more, and then we're going to increase the exposure a little bit, add some warmth. Next will be brush, not as big. Make sure you've got flow and density on low, and then just sweep it around. And what we're gonna do is increase the increase the exposure to have this hazy look, and then we're going to decrease the haze as well on that radio. There we go. We can see now that the grass looks a bit off. So what we can do, we go back to the color mixer, go to hue, and change this grass more towards green, not too much orange. Okay, then luminance, green, we drop the yellows just a bit. Increase slightly orange. Increase the blues. Go back to the hue. Have this golden hour look. Okay. Another mask will be to darken this foreground a little bit. So we stretch it out. Then slightly darken the foreground. Then we want to have brush. Increase the exposure. Oh, okay. Okay. Then we want to add a bit of contrast as well. We can select the subject again. Drop the blacks, increase the exposure just a bit. What's gonna happen if we increase the saturation? Not bad. We can make a little vignette. Then invert and then darken the rest a little bit. So we have that nice look. Then we go with brush again. I know I'm very chaotic with this edits. We go with one linear gradient, slightly tilted, and reduce the saturation as well, just a bit. Okay, and that's it, really. I got like a little rainbow effect here. There's that that screen is quite dirty. It's okay. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next one.